So they are shocked, chosen one. They are shocked because it was a group of them against one you. And unfortunately, they still lost. So if this message encourages you, let it be your reminder that no matter how overwhelming the opposition may seem, God is able to strengthen those who trust, who put the trust in Him, who put their entire heart in Him. So there was a time when it felt like everyone was against you. It wasn't just one person questioning you, it wasn't just one voice trying to discourage you. It felt like as if the entire group has already decided who you were and what your future looks like. It seems as if though they dictated your future. They spoke as if your story had already been written, crafted on the stone. You understand? They assumed that they knew how everything will end. Some underestimated you, others dismissed your dreams, and only few may have even celebrated your setbacks. They believed that if enough people stood against one person, then that one person will simply eventually give up, throw away the towel. That's what they believed. So chosen one. But there's a huge but. But they were wrong. They were wrong. What they didn't understand is that strength isn't measured by how many people stand beside you. Truth, true strength comes from perseverance, comes from wisdom, comes from character, comes from faith. One determined person who refuses to quit can accomplish more than an entire crowd of people driven by pride, driven by fear, driven by negativity. So every challenge you faced became an opportunity to grow. Every disappointment taught you patience. Every closed door pushed you towards a greater one, while others focused on your failures, on your setbacks, on your downfall. You were quietly becoming stronger. There were days when you wanted to quit, right? Because you are a normal human being. We all encounter those days where you wanted to quit, right? When you questioned whether your efforts were worth it. But yet, somehow you found the courage to keep moving, to keep going. Maybe your, progress was low comparing to other people. Maybe no one notices your sacrifices, but you kept going anyway. And that's what they never expected. So chosen one, they never expected you. They have expected you to break under pressure. Instead, pressure built your character. They expected you to lose hope. Instead, you found, a renewed purpose. You understand? They expected your silence to mean defeat. Instead, your silence became a season of growth. All right. So now the same people who doubted you are surprised by the strength of you that you are carrying today. They are surprised by the way that you are still standing today. They are wondering how you found the strength to continue. The answer isn't that life became simple. The answer isn't 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 that like things like became easy. The answer is that you chose not to let difficult situations or difficult moments to determine or to define your future. You didn't allow that, right? You became stubborn enough with yourself. So you refused it to define your future. Because remember the story of David and Goliath. From a human perspective, David had no chance. No young shepherd stood before a giant warrior. None. Yet David's confidence wasn't in his own ability, it was in God. So the size of an obstacle didn't determine the outcome. You understand? The size of the obstacle didn't determine the outcome. In the same way, your circumstances don't have the final word, don't have to get the final word. The number of people against you doesn't determine your destiny. What matters is your willingness to keep walking forward with faith, with integrity, and also with perseverance. Because sometimes God allows difficult seasons not to destroy us, not to destroy us, but to help us. Because difficult moments teaches us patience. Opposition teaches us courage. Waiting teaches us trust. So if you have experienced rejection, don't let it make you bitter. Let it make you wiser. You understand? Just let it make you wiser. If you have been experiencing disappointments, don't let it convince you to stop dreaming, to stop believing, to stop pursuing the things that you want to pursue. Because uh, 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 one of the greatest victories isn't proving people wrong, is becoming the person that God is shaping you to be, is intending you to be, regarding of regardless of what others may think about you. So your journey isn't about revenge, it's about growth. Your journey is about growth. It's not about choosing forgiveness instead of resentment, right? It's about choosing hope instead of fear. It's about choosing faith instead of giving up. So, in other words, chosen one, keep moving forward. Even when the progress feels slow, keep doing what's right. Even when no one is applauding, keep trusting God. Even when the path ahead is completely unclear, that the people who underestimated you don't have to control your future. God does. So don't become, like distracted by those who doubted you. Stay focused on the purpose in that it is in front of you in a close proximity. Stay focused on your purpose. Continue building the life of one faithful step at a time. You understand? So if today has been difficult, always remember this, always ingrain this in your mind. Your current season, it is not your final destination. Where you are now is just temporary. It is not permanent. It is not your permanent situation. Right? Your setbacks are not the end of your story. Because every day God grant us with another opportunity to grow, to learn, to trust that God is working, even when we cannot see the outcome immediately. So no matter how many voices tell you that you will never succeed, never forget that one person working faithfully with God is never truly alone. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.